Alright, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Daddish. It's your boy Styles.
It's your boy 9-5.
It's your boy Chocolate Dad, you heard?
It's your boy Saya. You know what I mean?
Welcome to another episode with us. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, send commentary and feedback to us. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. And so we'll go ahead and go kick it off. So on this episode, I definitely been pondering something. I don't know if something that everybody does. It's definitely something that I think about on a consciously on all the times. Like, do you guys have like distinct dadding styles?
I definitely do. When it comes to my kids, I'm real laid back. I mean, that's my personality anyway.
Yeah, we can tell.
I'm definitely laid back. I don't have to really yell at my kids. I don't remember the last time I had to give them a little pop. I mean, they grown now, so it's like you don't really. I don't have that.
They grown. They paying bills and shit.
I mean, he need to stop paying. I'm ready to talk to him. He need to get a job. But
summer youth of what, age 15?
Right? 15. He about to get the working papers.
Shit, I can get some for free.
Yeah. But my style is more so is I'm laid back. Kids are gonna do what they gonna do. That's one thing I realized with kids, especially having kids that's old. They smart. So it's like you could yell at them, punish them, take whatever it is. But the thing is that when you have that kind of concept where you got I instill in them like, yo, what if dad see me doing this right now? And I play the same game with them. Like my son, he be doing his little thing. He plays games. He keeps on going. I bet. Keep playing your game. Next minute he come around, the game is gone. He don't see it no more. I mean, and he be like, "Oh, Dad, my game is mine now." I was like, "Since you think you're grown enough, you could do what you feel like doing. We the same age now. So you think if I tell you to do something and you continue on, I treat you accordingly. If you know I'm dad and you son." Yo, I'm the person that may lay the rules around. Yeah. So the moment that little man starts wanting to be big man, I treat you like so. Just like a dude around the way. You gonna play grown, I play grown with you.
You want to sell drugs? All right.
Yeah,
you gonna take this bid?
Yeah, pretty much. So, ain't no crazy yelling. And then I think at some point you guys are gonna see as your kids they know that tone of voice in you. When you start saying something like, "Yo, don't do this," whatever. Yeah, I make my kids cry. Just by the way I talk, I don't gotta put my hands on them. And then I'm coming to arrow. You get your ass beat. I don't get my I'm not saying I ain't into it, but it's like I get more out of it with just talking to them.
I wish I had that
understanding with them.
Bro. I gotta beat maybe every day of the week.
But I ain't gonna lie, like no funny shit. You looked so dizzard. For y'all at home in French Creole, that means bad. You know them badass kids that just look at you and just like,
yeah, it's a bad move.
Bro, listen.
And do it anyway?
This is why I really don't get mad at my son. Because every time I see him, I'm like, yo, that was you. Me. Even today, I watch him climb on his chair and I'm like, don't turn off the light. He looked at me.
He's like this. He's like,
watch this.
He's looking at like, he's like, this light? Mm-hmm. This one right here?
The one you don't want me to turn off?
Yo. Right. And he just turned it right off and then sat down. So now you're not turning it back on. So I'm sitting there like, bro, why did you just turn off this light? And I really can't, because I know. And I tell his mother all the time, like, I can't get mad at him because I know when I was his age. I don't even remember that far back, but I know I was doing the same shit.
I didn't know you had that age, but I know you was that way too. Yeah. That's a certified fact.
It's funny with it because it's like they know. They do that little pressure. Like they
gonna push your buttons.
Yeah, one thing I remember I read, I was just like, the one thing kids only know communication is based on manipulation. So it's like, of course, the kid cry, he hungry. The kid, so all that point in time, he getting older, all they doing is testing the water to see.
It just changed.
If I put my hand, if I switch the switch, he ain't popping, he ain't no reaction. I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's a fact.
And in fact, he might like you yelling. So every time you do that, he likes that you yelling.
Because now it's like, now the attention's on me.
Exactly. So that's the manipulation way to get your attention. You're gonna keep playing with
and I believe that, because another thing today, we was at Home Depot and his mom had the pen. She was writing the stuff down, and she liked to be organized. So she's checking stuff off the list. And he's crying for the pen. So she gave him the pen, but then now he's writing on a little whatever cardboard was in the cart. So he's writing on there, but now he's like pressing the pen on the cardboard, like he's kind of like breaking the pen, yeah, because it's like one of them little ballpoint pens or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he's breaking the tip of the pen. So she takes it from him. Now she puts it in his pocket. So he starts crying. I want the pen. I want the pen. I want the pen. Crying. So now she put the pen away. She didn't give it to him. So he's crying, but now she's like, come on, step. I'm like, you doing that, you starting him back up. Like, even like just pay him no mind. And he's gonna understand, like, you're not getting his pen. Now when you feeding into him, you're giving him that attention, he's gonna keep going until you give him the pen. Don't pay him no mind. It's harsh to say, but honestly, that's the only way they learn. You gotta ignore them. Like when he sit there tapping me, calling me mama, that's not my name. So I'm gonna ignore you.
So let me ask. So is that like your dadding style? Like I'm just gonna ignore you until you understand better.
Nah, that's not my dad. But at this age, I feel like that for me. I think personally, that's what works right now. But growing up, no, I'm not gonna ignore you. That's gonna get us nowhere. Yeah. But right now. Like my Daddin Style that I told myself that I was gonna do differently from my parents, because I got a lot of whoopings, and it's okay. I didn't call ACS or nothing. I should have, but I didn't. But I knew if I would have called ACS, it was
when you're done, I got a funny joke about that one for you.
I knew if I called ACS, it just would have been worse. And you feel me?
Hold on, real quick. So my mom's used to always say, you know, like, oh, you're going to call ACS, whatever. I don't know which one of my siblings said it one day, but my mom would say, okay, cool. You're going to call 911? Make sure you tell them to bring police and ambulance. Because I'm leaving with the police and you leaving with the ambulance. So make the call worth it. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I should have called both of them, because the way I grew up, I was getting, I maybe got a beating, if not, every day of the week, probably 5 days out the week, and it's only 7 days.
Nigga.
I'm telling you, I was bad.
Let me ask you a question though. Does your style of parenting differ from your lady's style of parenting?
Yes.
And does it clash?
Sometimes it definitely clash.
So tell us your exact style, and then we'll talk about hers.
So with me personally, I feel like yes, he is, and I'm not going first. Sai was at my house the other day, and he said the same thing to his lady. He's like, "Yo, stop babying him." And what they say in response is, he is a baby. I know he's a baby, but you don't have, like, he's 1 year old now. Yeah. Not that he's a man or anything, but you gotta stop babying him. If you treat him, you gotta instill it now. If you keep treating him and acting like a baby every time you do any little whining and everything, you giving him the attention, he's gonna keep manipulating us.
But I baby him sometimes though.
Let me ask you a question though now. Since you got a boy, you think you'd be the same way if it was a girl?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm teaching him how to be a man. Like you gotta toughen up. The difference is she could do all that. She could whine and cry. You feel me? She could be a Hillary Banks and I'm gonna hand her the bank card. You feel me? She could do all that. But my son, you gotta toughen up. You gotta be able to.
But that's the only way
hold
you
it down
though. In the moment of time. So
how do you? That's what I'm changing. I'm changing his communication style. Right, she could keep hers. I'm gonna change his communication style. Cause all that whining and then all that's not gonna get you nowhere. But I'm not gonna do what my parents did. I'm not gonna beat him. I might pop him a little bit, but I'm not gonna beat my child. I got beatings, a lot of beatings.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got beats.
Yeah, think of my kid. Like,
I'm Haitian, so that's just normal.
Think of my kid. He's aggressive. Like he will slap us. Like full flat slappers.
I slap him back.
No, we have to slap him back, but like not too aggressive.
I don't slap him back.
I mean, play.
So I act like I'm slapping.
Nah, listen. If the kids slap you, you gotta put them in a place where they understand. They feel what they're gonna feel what they did, but understand it's worse.
My son pulls on this all day.
That's why
I pull on his cheek and he start crying. I don't pull on his cheek. I'm lying. But he start crying and I'm like, bro, this is how it feels to me.
Truthfully, real quick, that's why I cut my beard right after I had my son, right? So probably like a month in, when like they're now kind of seeing and moving or whatever,
what's going on.
I had a full like Rick Ross couldn't fuck with my shit. He would, even at like a month old, 6 weeks old, they kung fu grip like to the point where like he was pulling out of follicles.
You can't touch him because he's like.
No, I mean not with it, but also he couldn't really see, so he's just like getting understanding and feeling different textures. But when he's right up under you, so he would just pull out follicles. I'm like, yo, and then it will break me out. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna trim it before he can realize who's here. Because if he sees me and then I come back home with a beard, no beard one day.
So hold on. So what's the reason you cut your hair?
I
know he can't reach up there.
All right. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and see Steve next time.
But like, so my son, like, my part of discipline is like, cause I look at it like, I'm definitely gonna have more kids, right? And he the oldest, so I don't want no soft ass son. I'm sorry, I don't, cause I feel I wasn't soft, so I don't. You're not gonna be soft, even though I know people be like, I know some guys' fathers like super gangster, thugged out, jail, that I think son is like complete opposites. You know, maybe reverse sometimes, but it's like I need him to understand certain things, you know. So I feel as of right now, my discipline, when he like hit and do things, like that's not right. Because we training you to go to school and daycare, whatever the case is. Yeah. And I don't want you going in school, in class or whatever it is, and you think it's okay. The hell out of something go your way, you can just smack or act out. Because my son would do that. So now it just get tricky because it's kind of scary. Because like he slapped me, I slapped him back. And he hit kind of hard. So like I'm like, yo, shit. I'm like, this little.
They don't even people don't understand how hard.
Because us as adults,
especially when they bite.
Oh my god. Yeah, because that's not there's no because they don't. So us as adults, like if we playing, like we can like I can like jab and like restrain like the power. They don't know no different. Everything is just.
So it's like,
and with us, it's like a reflex. So my son bit me to that, but I didn't mean to. But it's like. It was just a reaction, like he bit me. I'm like, oh shit. But it's like I didn't want to hit me.
Teeth. My man got two. Yeah, he got two. He got two, and he almost broke skin.
So I get bit every day, all day. No lie. It's just he take his.
I didn't go through that. He wasn't biting. I was surprised. He never.
But I bite him back.
Nah, I don't bite him.
But I bite him back. But the thing with my son, to him, is like everything is a joke. To him.
Yeah, he's a kid.
But it's like, and it's like I don't really like I said, he hit me, I hit him back, right? And it's scary because like I hit him back. Like he would smack me, right, and know he gonna get hit back. He be ready for it. So I'm like, he be like blinking like go ahead, I'm ready, go ahead.
Don't flinch.
Yeah. So in my head, I'd be like, God damn,
you really a little gangster.
He ready to pop off and ready to get hit back. I'm like, nah. I don't really want that like
so
that.
So then the same question I had for Steve for you. So is your parent clash with your ladies?
At times.
Yeah.
At times. I mean, it depends, cause like. It could be a time like he working her nerve, right? I come in there, come here, we out. Oh, don't do that. But I'm like, yo, we out.
Chilling,
like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I understand he's a kid, you know, and like, but I understand also she would spend more time with him, so he might work her nerve a little bit. So I feel it's my duty to come in and take that, like, get her space,
out of her space, give her some break.
I take him. We might go in the room watching video games, or I'll make pop the fucking race car and start doing that. I put Christmas gifts. We still opening. I didn't get the batteries and shit. But I got the batteries now. So
and honestly, that's important. Because the other day I felt like my lady, she went in the room to lay down, and he was out. She left him out there with me, so I made sure he didn't go in the room. Because honestly, she's with him most of the time, and I don't know because it's a mother thing or just her personality. But she's with him 24/7, like making sure he's good, and I appreciate that 100%. So I'm out there playing the game. I gave him his own little headset, gave him the controller that don't work, that he already broke. So he think he's playing. So we sitting out there, and the time like he felt like he needed to go to sleep, he got his bottle, his tablet, and he went to sleep. And I feel like that was important for her, even though I did wake up to put him to sleep because I was still out there playing the game.
That's very important.
But it was important that I took that time.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I took that time and made sure that she got her little bit of nap in before
or whatever. Even a simple break on some like. You come home from work, she had a kid all day, you gonna be on somebody, I'm gonna take him, you wanna go on social media, you wanna go this, you wanna whatever you wanna do.
You give him a bath.
You wanna just lay here and watch a show or something, we gonna do our own thing. You're entitled to that, I feel.
Right.
That little hour or whatever for her, that little 30 minutes, whatever time it is, would feel like
they earned it, yeah.
Like
more than earned it.
You know what I'm saying? So the women definitely deserve that. And it's like for you, as a guy, I feel like it should mesh well because you should come home and you want to do that.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right, it's my time. Tag, like, all right, I got it. Yo, come in.
Right. See, for me, it's a little bit different. What's the reverse now? Because before she used to work, she used to stay home because they had like the sabbatical leave and everything, and I was at work. But now with the schools being closed, I'm at home because I work in the high school. So I'm at home most of the time. So I have him on the day she's in the field. So when she's in the field, I have him most days. So when she come home, I ain't gonna front. I'm like, exhausted.
You at the door like here.
Exhausted. Just take him. But then on the other hand, I gotta understand that she just,
Came home from work.
She was riding around all day doing what she was doing. She just came home from work. But I feel like at that point she really got more energy than me. I was dealing with it for like all day.
I feel like I am like a big blend of all of the styles that y'all just mentioned because as I mentioned before in previous episodes, my schedule is like a rotating thing where it's like I do four days of 4 days. Like I just finished yesterday a day shift, right? And then so I was off today, so I go back to work tomorrow night for 3 nights, and then I'll be off for a weekend, and then I'll do 3 days off, and then 4 nights. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But she works half of her week from home, and half of it, he's at my mom's if I'm not home, off or whatever. So I definitely understand exactly what you're saying. Like, so like days where I work the daytime, I get home after a 12-hour shift, and she's home. She had him all day, and she's exhausted. Even though I know, like I'm. Like, cause I go, like my job is to supervise folks, right? So I'm dealing with different personalities all day long, watching that, doing that. When I get home, it's like, what I do sometimes, honestly, I just have to take like 5-10 minutes in the car before in the garage. I'm just sitting in the garage, just
gotta prepare that.
All right, cause I know, especially with COVID and everything. As soon as I come in the crib, if he peeps me, he's like, Yo, come in, because I'm like his favorite person type of vibe. So I gotta take my clothes all out the door, run in the shower, get cleaned up. So that's like a 30-45 minute process or whatever. So
take 30
now
minute showers, nigga. I take 7-minute showers, nigga.
Nah, I be in there. Right? I be in there the whole album.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta finish the album. I start in the car, but you know what it is? Cause like I'll shave. And then get in the shower, whatever.
But you get home, nigga. Damn, you ain't that tired, nigga.
I ain't no, but
nigga.
Nah, but for me, right? It's like get in the shower, right? That shower wakes me up because I know, like now I'm on my second. I'm not gonna say second job because being a parent is not a job, but I need that second win. But it's like I also know that this little 30 minutes I got right now is the only time until everybody's asleep that I'm gonna have.
See, my showers is like 35 minutes. So I wash my hair. You don't have no hair to wash.
Yeah. I got you. But at the same time too, you know what I'm saying? I gotta shave. I gotta be pretty. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have the fresh Mr. Clean Baldy because she like to rub it and run her nails through it. Come on now, you gotta stop playing.
Scratch your scalp.
That's right. That's right.
You wear do rag at night?
Yeah, for sure.
Wave cap.
Yeah, no.
For what? What it do? Like
nah, because we put the aloe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it makes it shiny or some shit?
Nah, come on, stop capping. You know what I mean? But like I said, like, working a job, and especially working out in the field, being dirty, and then being around people, you want to make sure you're completely clean, everything or whatever. You can't just take a quick 2-minute shower. Sometimes you have no choice. Like you get home and the house is fucked up, and you walk in the crib and you see in her eyes like, if you don't take this, if you don't take this boy, I'm like sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I walk in the door and I gotta catch like a spiral. Like, oh shit, like. She's like, here, I'm out. Uh-huh. So I guess like you were saying, like I get it. Like she needs that break, especially like when she is home. She's working from home, so she's working her job and has him and working the kid and even just doing.
And it's not even just him; it's him and your daughter.
Right. Well, I mean, fortunately for us, my daughter like. Because she's also in school at home, right? So she's very self-efficient, thank God, and she's super. And that's another thing too. Like, and I shout out to her, shout out Naya. She's super hands-on when she's home with him. Like, if she's like a class in break in between or whatever the case may be, she'll come out like, "Oh, mom, I'll take him." And she'll grab him and his toys, go in the room. She'll feed him, change him, hold him down. So we do have that benefit. But like I said, getting back to us, so get home, get cleaned up. Like, even if I didn't eat or whatever the case may be, I'll take him. Because that's what he wants. I'll take him, hold him. Whatever I got to do, I'm like, oh, babe, go shower, go eat, do whatever you got to do. Because they need that. And I appreciate it, right?
That's a fact.
But on the other side of it, right, talking about like my parenting style. So mine is blended because I don't necessarily have a.
I can say.
Yeah.
I don't have a goal.
You can't even say parenting style because your kid is not really.
No, but this is why I say. Hold on. This is why I say.
Got a boy now.
But this is why I say blended, right? Because like I said, so Naya, I've been with Naya since she just turned 7. She was sick, just turning 7 when she came into my life, right? So parenting a girl from 7 to 14. 14 ain't no joke. Because she, like I said, she's a super sweetheart, but she's also a teenage girl. So she could wake up on Monday and be like Jack from The Incredibles. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Or she could be sometimes like when I work nights, I'm super tired. She'll come in the room and check on me like you okay? You need anything? You know, oh man, that's nice. But some days, you know what I'm saying? It's
the F you.
You know, exactly.
It's just, you know, like I say for you, because now it's different because she's already, I want to say, she's pretty much acclimated to what she's going to kind of be as she gets older.
Right.
But then now you got a boy. Boys
right.
are a bit more stubborn. So.
Yes, but that's why I say my parenting style is blended, right? Because I spoiled the hell out of my son, right? Because I held him all the time. If anything happened, like I'm running to him. That's why he's so, when he sees me, he's so like, oh, that's my man's. Come and get me. All that kind of stuff. And Becca's always like, yo, you can't do that or whatever.
How old they still seeing?
He started seeing her like 3 months or whatever. Yo, his eyesight is fucking impeccable at this point.
That was just something I was wondering because I know they can see colors young, but then
but colors. But even so, they sense you or whatever the case may be. Like there'll be times where like he's down for a nap and I come home. If I walk in the room to grab my towel, go in the shower, he jumps up because he just knows like. They sense it. However it is, I can't explain that kind of science. But so I say my parenting style is blended because I'm very playful. Like I'm like a big ass kid. Like I'm pillow fight, fucking wrestling. Like if I had a big ass backyard, it would be water balloon fights like all the time. So
Steve House.
Right, exactly. So to the point where like with Naya, like when she's not in school, like I'll bust in her room. And like if she's doing something, I'll pick her up and just fucking like throw her on the bed and be like, I'm running out, and then she'll chase me. You know what I'm saying? So that's a constant kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah, that's dope.
But with him,
can't do that yet. Get ACS case.
Right. So with my son, I'm super friendly, super playful or whatever case because there's nothing. He's about to be 7 months. What am I going to be strict about? Yeah. But I can defer in terms of like with my daughter. Like if I tell her to do something, she doesn't do it. I'm not gonna pop her, and also too, it's like you're not gonna pop a girl the same way. But I have like my looks kill, and that's one thing a lot of people say about me. Like my friends, everybody always say that. Like if somebody do some dumb shit, I don't have to say nothing. I just look at you, and you feel like.
Yeah, Jack's got that look too now.
Yeah, because he's seen Jack's recently. So like when you like if somebody around me do some dumb shit or something that I don't approve of, or I feel as though it's like irresponsible, I just look at you like. Yeah. My look says it all, and that's the same way. Like with my daughter, if she does something, or I told her to do something, and she doesn't do it, I just like she'll walk into the living room and she'll look at me, and I'll look at her.
That's it.
And like the look alone, just be like,
I gotta go do that.
He definitely told me to do whatever it is. So I go more for that than yelling, scream, because I'm not an excitable person. Like I don't get like super like
me.
That's if I ever get there. It's gonna be so hard for me to pull back. I don't allow myself to get to that point. So I'm very just like look.
So that's different from your parents.
Yes, because I'm
old school parents.
I met
Saya's mom. I feel like she was more laid back.
And it's funny because my mom would trick you down. My mom would trick the shit out of you now. My mom right now, you would thought that she walks around with Tic Tac and candy cane in her pockets all the kids. Quick story to explain exactly how my childhood was, right? 3rd grade in the school, right? I was whatever the case may be. I was a very good student or whatever. Yeah.
I mean.
I was a straight A kid, honor roll kind of vibes, all that kind of stuff, right? There was another, and it's very common for people with the name Christopher. Like, there's gonna be another Chris in your class, regardless. There was another kid, Chris. What so happened that his last name also started with a C. I forget what his name was at the time, whoever he was. That is the case. So back in the day, they used to give so your report card. They used to put it in a closed envelope, give it to you, and then you just have to bring it home. And then your parents open it, and then you find it. I went to Catholic school. That's how we did it, right?
That's what the teachers wanted you to get your ass beat.
Teachers wasn't shit.
I'm stomping this shit out, ripping it up before you get home.
I'm saying, but my parents know that's the way it comes. Cause my older brother and sister also went to the school.
I'm gluing that shit back together. Something.
But you also, I get it. But you had to understand too. Like I expect straight A's. So I wasn't worried about nothing. I'm like,
you a good kid.
Exactly. I come home like, here you go. I'm about to go watch whatever. Get my snack. I'm chilling. My mom happened to be home that day. She didn't have school, no school, whatever the case. She's like, come here. Yo, I'm about to get something good today, boy. Yo, son. The report card said all D's and an F.
Oh shit!
Boy, my mom spanked me.
She,
Let me see that.
she whooped you for something because I already know where the story's going. She whooped you for somebody else's grade.
Bro, she saw all she saw was the first name and the fact that I gave the envelope. My mom beat the brakes off of me.
I know she felt bad, bro. She had to feel bad afterwards.
Yeah, cool story.
That's messed
Beat
up.
the brakes off
Like,
of me.
nah, well, stop
I'm
playing
like-
like that. Make sure you have to break
So,
report card.
because,
nigga. Yeah.
like I said, I mean,
I should do
this.
this.
Is however many years ago. I'm looking. I'm like, yo, like, why am I like? Oh, you getting these kind of grades? I'm like, yo. Every day I'm putting my fridge was completely flooded with hundreds and 90s on my tests. Mathematically speaking, you should understand that this doesn't make sense.
Like, you should
They don't
have reevaluated to begin with. Like, you should
what?
have scanned this report card. Like
Like,
That ain't had time for that.
beat the
So
brakes
these
off of
are
me.
F, that's it.
So it wasn't until after I'm sore, crying my eyes out. She left it on my father.
look at
My
like,
father
oh,
hadn't
fuck
been home for some reason.
fuck up.
Left it on the living room table for my father to look at. I look at it, I'm like,
it's not even
yo,
my
this
name.
ain't mine, yo. Boy,
I'd have been tight. I ain't lying. I'd have been tight.
I went to the room. My mom didn't want to see me. She want to talk to me. No, nothing. Tell my pop.
Your ass
My
hurt.
pop.
You gotta-
But you gotta understand too, right? So
gotta get that back.
in the Haitian household, right, wrong, or indifferent, you know,
Yeah.
They still
Pop,
right.
Pop come
Fuck
home.
it.
Or your mom beat you. Whatever you did, you deserved it. Whatever.
Like, help
Yo.
me, nigga, help.
Word to my mother. Teacher calls the next day. Cause it was like a Friday or some bullshit. Cause you know teachers line you up so a whole weekend you're gonna get fucked up. They line your shit up, right? Weekend teacher calls. Yeah, you know, teacher calls like, oh, on the weekend teacher calls the house like, oh, listen, there was a mistake. You know, and the teacher was also Haitian or whatever. Speaking
But
of
how did the
Creole,
teacher know?
bro,
That's fucked up.
whatever it is, teacher knew. Teacher knew. Probably line me up. Who knows?
She
Calls and tells the household like,
It'll be
oh,
so
listen,
Monday.
it was error, whatever. That's my mistake. I whatever, you know, whatever the case may be.
I already got beat already.
You know, my mom just
She
to
still
give-
didn't apologize. I know she did.
Just,
She's
and
Haitian.
it's funny because we tell this story all this. Ever since my pop passed, we tell the story all the time, right? So her rationale to the point was like, okay, I understand that it wasn't your report card, but now this is also this is a
You for another
listen,
kid.
this is a lesson that you know. Don't ever get that.
Come here, 'cause this is gonna
Don't ever
happen.
bring that home. 'Cause that's not happening.
that's
I'm
fucking
like,
good.
yo,
I mean, that's a good lesson.
Yo,
That's a good lesson.
Yo, Haitians, bro.
I'm not coming back.
They
Yo.
always gotta make they gotta
Themselves
make
right.
themselves right.
Yes.
Like,
It's like,
that's
it's
messed
like,
up.
yo,
Strong.
it's like, yo, they
God.
could have saw on video that somebody else lit the fire. But at least now you know if you ever light a fire, what's gonna happen to
That's
you.
it.
But like,
So I don't I'm not with the whole capital punishment beat because I've come to also realize we're in a day and age where different things mean different. Like back in the day, like your parents beat you and you couldn't watch TV, your life was over because all you had was
Yeah,
TV.
100%.
All you had was Martin, Power Rangers, whatever, wrestling, whatever the case may be.
You
Nowadays,
can't even threaten them not to go outside. You said you told me I couldn't go outside. I'm like,
no,
damn, life
that's what I'm
is
saying. I
over.
was
Yeah, no,
my parents got me a bike one year, and they probably didn't see me for a year. I was gone like, yo, I don't worry about how I got fed, don't worry about none of that stuff. But now, like, you can't send the kids outside.
No.
But the punishment now, like with my daughter, be like, I'll
No
cut.
TikToks.
Not even that. No. You gotta get meticulous with it, right? Like I'll cut like the Wi-Fi for her phone, like or I'll cut service to her phone.
ruthless.
So like all she could do is use the internet to go on the computer for schoolwork, and like that's it. So like psychologically that
Yeah, that's
burns.
it. Yeah,
like
that hurt.
it hurts a different part of their soul because
Social
there's
media
no,
is big. That's the-
like you said, no TikTok, no Snapchat, no none of that kind of stuff. They can't socialize, especially they can't go outside because if she's outside, I can't do that because I got to be able to track her phone, all that kind of stuff. But now
you want those.
yeah, but now I have the ability, like, oh, okay, well, you didn't do what I told you to do, and you continue not to.
The consequences.
Cool beans, like, oh my God, Chris, my phone doesn't work, whatever. Like, yeah, it might be something wrong with the phone, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But now she understands, like we have the ability to
You got the power to do that.
So
cut the cord.
Hold on.
what I'm thinking real quick, hold on. Cause I had this conversation with my lady yesterday. It's like we putting all these pieces in place to make sure that my son and whoever boy or girl that comes on after him are just better off than we were. Cause we we came out the trenches. I know each and every one of y'all in here came out the trenches, came out the dirt. And, you know, we're kind of established and doing good for ourselves. But I feel like at the end of the day, all this hard work that I'm putting in, my son still might start scamming or selling drugs.
It's funny you bring that conversation up, like to bring it, to turn it. Because it's like, I realize it's, you could do everything you got to do.
Right.
In a sense to lead them that way. Because you got kids that be rich. They got the world is their oyster at that point now.
Tyreek.
I don't care how much drugs he's selling. The only thing, hold on, the only thing I give Tyreek credit for is all from that corny ASS professor. He earned that. He earned them bullets, boy. Other than that, Tyreek is still corny as hell, boy.
And if y'all ain't see Ghost yet, then and we ruined it, that's on y'all.
That's your fault.
Season is over.
That's your fault. You don't gotta act fast. You don't gotta
get
all
y'all. That's tough. That's tough.
You can ask to log in everything. That's your business.
But it's still. But at the end of the day, it's like you do all this work and yo, we doing so much work. We establishing, like, my son is gonna be well off. That he don't really, like, he's not gonna need for anything, and I struggled.
But you ever hear that old school saying where it's just like you gotta put some struggle in your kid so you can kind of understand.
A little bit, it's a little bit,
but it's not necessary because of course as a parent you don't want your kid to struggle. We grew up in a sense you probably couldn't get the fly kicks, so you want the kid to have all that fly kicks. But that
was me.
You want your kid like, yo, he wants something.
Pay less.
That's why I buy everything that come out now. Like, not everything, all the flies.
I think that's my problem. Like, yo, I have maybe over 300 pairs of sneakers. Because,
we helped you move. We know.
We know because going to school. Listen, I had 2 pair of sneakers. And the other pair was my brother's.
Every year we got 2 pairs, right? We got one from pairs. I remember having
that's you.
See that?
No. We had let me tell you what it was. Every year we got 2 pairs of sneakers, not at the same time. Because, mind you, my parents we sent us to Catholic school. So they had to pay for Catholic school, so we got 2 pairs of sneakers. We got one that we had to have because we had to have sneakers for gym. And then you had one that if we go somewhere like a family thing, you have to have some nice tinnies because you can't be dirty. But they were both from Payless.
You was better off because you had Catholic school, so they was paying for that and then paying for your shoes. I went to public school. They paid for the sneakers the first day of school.
But I feel like that's my complex. That's my complex now.
You that kid?
Yeah, no, it is because my mom is a hood mom, so it was a little different. We grew up in the projects and shit, so it was like her thing was this. You know what I'm saying? If me and my brother go to school and get our grades right, we come home with a good report card, we get rewarded. So for us growing up, through the whole school, it's like, I make me want to go to school and bring home good grades. So
I wish our parents were friends.
No, I'm saying so. I go do the good and come back.
McDonald's, bro.
It's just different.
No,
it's just
not
different.
even, bro.
It's different.
My reward, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
parents
I
was
had
like, yo,
J's. All the new ones.
You're supposed to get good grades.
Yeah,
I paid for this. You're supposed to come good grades.
My shit was free, and I was supposed to get good grades.
But I felt like that growing up for me, childhood with my mom. That's why we so cool because like she gave us that. I mean, she was cool and like great relationship, but also like she disciplined us when needed to. Like me, I was always a talk back, always had something to say, always hard headed. So every ass whooping I got, I deserved every one of them because it was she didn't want to, but like I'm put in a situation where she had to. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, it was always easy going, or like always was on some like speak truth with her to let her know it was real. I was more comfortable of like whatever I was doing or what's going on. Let's tell her, you know, even it was the worst shit ever. Like I got to go to school.
You had that relationship.
Yeah, I go to school as a spinner. I go, man, yo, I went to school. I got into a fight. They spinning.
See, that's the relationship I need with my son.
That's
I want to
know
make
what I'm
sure
saying?
he can come with me.
But there's a delicate balance to that, though, right? Because I think sometimes more so now with parents of our generation, parents want to be their kids' friends. No, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. There needs to be a balance because I see a lot, like I said. I mean, you can only tell about some of social media, but even in person, sometimes you see situations, or you witness things, or you hear certain things about people's personal issues, and you think, okay, like, is this child your friend, or is this your child? Because you're so fascinated with making sure that they are drenched down in all the latest things. Because I mean, society makes a play for everything. Because,
you know
like I said,
sorry to cut you. What happens is that our generation should think about it. Our parents didn't listen to our music. our parents wasn't into what we into. But then you to look at you on Instagram. My son is on Instagram. It's like your mom was never on.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So there's a very delicate balance in being friends with your child and being your parent. So like with our daughter and I, right? So like me and Becca constantly tell her all the time, like, listen, as long as you do what you got to do, we are cool. Like if we like, she likes to like bake or do little things. So I'll get you all of that stuff. She likes to do arts and crafts. Like we cool. Some days I'm just want to run around, do errands. She wants to hop in a new car. She want to hop in a new truck with us. Want to go. She's like, oh, give me your phone. I want to play. Show the latest whatever music. And she's like, oh, you have this? Oh yeah, I like it. Whatever. But understanding like, I'm your parent at the end of the day. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, if you do something that's wrong, I gotta step over that. Like, you're not allowed to feel away. Like, no, like you're wrong. I'm good. Like, it's instant like that. There's no like blended. Oh, you know what? Because we had a cool day today. Da 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 da. No, you're wrong. Go to your room. I don't give a fuck. We could have had the best day in the world. You come home and you disrespect your mom or whatever. There's none of that shit. But I feel like a lot of times, a lot of parents. In this day and age, and that's why we kind of glad we talk about that. The fathering styles, right? There are way bigger gray areas because of all of the outlets that are available for a lot of different things. And so I think it's kind of good where it's like, we all have like our different dadding styles, but we also know how to like adapt because, like I said, us three have kids who are 1 or under, so there's really not much. Because at 2 they're gonna be something else. At 3 they're gonna be something else. But as they get older, you just kind of want to instill certain values and things in them, and then also, like I said, around your family, like with our significant others and stuff like that. Like it can't clash. It's like I can't be like, oh, listen, he did this, so he can't get that, and then you just give it to them. Because then kids,
they're not learning nothing.
A lot of times people do not give children the credit that they deserve, how smart they really are, because the child will know. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait till Dad get home because I know if Dad come home and he tired, he don't want to be bothered. He's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna go eat the ice cream before anything else, and then when Mom come home, I definitely told you not to eat ice cream. Yeah, but I asked Dad and he said okay. Yep. So and then what I'm saying. So it becomes that kind of thing.
The game changed now too because I'm sure we all probably said Dad back in the day, like our fathers was more the aggressor. Mom was the one that kind of kept the order. Yeah. But now the roles is, I wouldn't even say necessarily is reversed. We kind of it's mixing in a sense because like I'm also about my kids is like I have enough the patience to do the homework with them. I have the patience. Our fathers probably didn't have even the patience. I didn't want to do homework with my pops. Like he had no patience for me.
Right.
Now my patience. So my kids, I'll sit with you and do it. So the roles I wouldn't even necessarily was reversed. It's just that I think fathers now. I mean, as we see in here,
it's growing.
We're growing more to be more involved and not just the breadwinner in a sense, not the one that's working and then coming home and then the kids look, open the door, the kids are sleeping, go ahead. We literally coming home and sitting having dinner with our kids. We sitting and having conversations with us. Way more involved and way more communicative. Yes. With our kids. So it's like it's very weird, even for us, because I don't know that feeling. Like I don't know that way.
It's kind of like
me neither.
Yeah. My father, shit, doing homework with him.
Oh, forget about it.
You. What the fuck you was doing all day? Because you had to know this.
Exactly.
Now I gotta figure it out to help you.
Story. The reason why, my father loved math. I don't know if it was an Asian pops.
Yeah, me too. My father loved math.
I learned math only because I didn't have to do homework with my pops. Like I became like a damn mathematician for the fact. I'm like, if I get this together, I ain't gotta worry about doing homework with him. So like that made me do good. I hate math. And I'm like,
my pops, you get home, you got it. Like, you get a beating for not knowing it. like, teach it to me, bro. Like, you get a beating for not knowing it because you wasn't doing shit all day.
But hold on. All right, so before we wrap it up real quick, right? Imagine, because our math was the same math our parents knew. But they just probably didn't know it.
Nowadays it's different.
Imagine our parents with this new math. Yo, my daughter sometimes will come to me and I'm so thankful that Naya is a bright student because sometimes early on she'll come to me about some things and she will ask me about something And I would look at it, and she'll do the breakdown like an addition or multiplication. And I'm like, yo, why are there so many steps? In this,
they
bro?
add mad different
I'm
steps.
like, wait,
Steps.
you didn't carry nothing over? She's like, she's like, carry a what? I said, oh man, this is gonna be terrible.
Nah, it's different.
But
1,000 steps for no.
But you know,
reason.
that's a good thing about this podcast, right? So it's like we can all share our different views, different values of like where we come from, why we dad the way that we dad, pick up different tips, tricks, and we also want to hear from the viewers, like people who are teachers or the guidance counselors or who have older kids who have seen things differently or who have kids or are planning on having kids. We want to hear and share all that information, and just to understand, it's our community, right? It takes a village. It doesn't have to be your immediate village, but sometimes you might see something and say, oh, that's an aha moment. Maybe that's why my kid is looking at something this way. Or maybe, look at a reflection in the mirror and say, I can do something a little bit differently, or I can move a different way because I'm not looking at it in a certain way, especially now with quarantine, remote schooling, technology is the wave.
Listen, with the remote schooling, like, my son is not remote because he's 1.5, but like I'm a guidance counselor, so I kind of understand like what these kids are going through. Although I work for high school, but I feel like it doesn't even matter what age group these kids are, because it's 10 times harder remote. Because on the other hand, as a teacher, they're given 10 times more work. Mm-hmm. The type of work they're doing now, they wouldn't do it if they was in class, and it's 100%. It's just the time. Like, they give them so much work to do in one day. There's a lot of pressure on the kids. And I understand that if you're a parent watching, I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but it is like it's different from the Instagram and all these other websites that they on. And it's kind of hard to sit in front of a camera, in front of a computer all day. Like,
remember, what they doing now is what we doing at our adult ages when we doing college courses. They doing it during high school.
They're definitely ahead. They're definitely ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say 2 tricks. If there are any students out there, create an AVI, so that way you don't have to physically see your teacher all day long. My daughter does that because some days she don't want to do her hair. She's just like, yo, I'm just putting my AVI up and I'll do the homework. But also too, because of the fact that they are not physically in class, they do get exponentially way more homework. Sometimes my daughter's in her room 14 hours a day, and if there's any teachers out there who can try to explain it to me, I know that there are curriculums, and I know that there are guidelines, and I know that there isn't.
I'm a guidance counselor. I know there isn't.
So y'all are winging it and giving her all this homework. Y'all doing too much. They
dumbed it down because right now
doing too much.
They don't take any Regents exams, so you don't prepare them for a Regents. So you're not giving them work towards the Regents. So it makes no sense for you to give them 1,000 home. If I'm on there with you all day, you can give me assignment, 2-3 assignments, but
my daughter's doing homework all day long. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Like, I still have 7 classes that
and
I
then
go to.
Another thing, like,
this is one class.
So matter of fact, real quick before we I don't want to make this any prolong it any further, but so my daughter has this instance where she had went to charter school up until 8th grade. So now she's in regular public high school. The math and a lot of the stuff that she's doing, she did those things in like 6th, 7th grade. And we've spoken to the teachers, guidance counselors, vice principals. Like, listen, the work that she's doing, we can go back and show you her notebooks. Like, this is work she's done already. How can we get her challenged or move her ahead? Because this isn't worth it. Because the last thing I want to do is take her out of a program that she likes for that sake. So what advice would you give for that?
So personally, it's really nothing you can do. You gotta change the school, or she's gotta start taking AP courses. But with the AP course, you don't even take that until you even in a higher grade. So her sophomore year, junior year, senior year, she'll probably take AP courses. But typically, they repeat everything over and over again. I feel like that's why I felt like school was boring to me. Because even when I was going to school, I felt like I was doing the same thing over and over again.
And like, I agree, because like looking back, like so I spoke on the story about like me being like a straight A student, right? But I would also get in trouble in school because I wasn't very attentive in school, because they would put the work on the board, and what we're gonna do, like the homework for the next day would be on the board, and then we're gonna do for the day. And I'm like, just breeze through it and get my work done. I'm like, why am I here? Because you're just repeating the same thing over and over again. And 100%. And I'm a very attentive person. So like, if it's something that's very dull, And I'm sure and then I feel like it's even worse this day and age because there's so much out there and so much available to kids that if a child gets to the point where they are dull or numb to information, it can only be bad. And I feel like, we got to find a better outlet or find a better resource for them to be able to do those sort of things. So if you have any comments, suggestions, please go ahead and email us. Everything will be down in the description below. We appreciate you all for tuning in, listening in. Please send it to a friend, send it to a friend, send it to another friend or somebody you don't know. Word of mouth is the best form of promotion. Please, and we appreciate you all for tuning in, listening to our Daddin stuff.
One more thing.
Why you got the last thing to say?
I always got to have the last thing to say. We ain't going to end it till I
Can't argue with him.
Real quick.
I ain't going to try.
We're going to have some more we're going to have some guests on the show, some other fathers, to let us know how their experience is going. And I know we're going to give y'all more content.
Definitely, and shout out to my nephew for the artwork for today. We're gonna have more additional artwork coming through, promoting the show and merchandise and things of that nature. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. Continue to do so. Like I said, spread the love. We appreciate you. Peace out. Have a good one, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.